Alright, so welcome back to Scene Family Outdoors. This topic of sun protection is going to be one that hits home close for me. About 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. Had a spot of melanoma that I had found on my arm, and after having surgery to have it removed and the nearby lymph node removed, we actually found that it had spread into that lymphatic system. So I've been undergoing cancer treatment now for the last year and a half related to melanoma. So when it comes to being in the outdoors and proper skincare, it's a topic that I'm going to hit really hard and be really passionate about. And there's two primary methods I'd encourage folks to use in the sun to limit that sun exposure, and I would do both of them. The first one is going to be the clothing that you wear every day, especially when fishing. It's easy when you're on the boat fishing to want to be in, short sleeves, in shorts, and flip-flops, enjoying the sun, especially it's summertime. That's what we'd all like to do. But there's so much room for sun exposure that comes while fishing that it can be hard to keep up with sunscreen. And I still will use a lot of sunscreen too. I'll always use SPF 50. You just have so much sun exposure over the course of a day fishing. It might be 10 plus hours of intense exposure, and instead of always trying to reapply and be conscious of it, I like to be able to combat that with also wearing UPF clothing, kind of like the Columbia PFG shirt that I have on right now. So every day I will wear a long sleeve shirt, I'll wear a baseball cap, and then all the long sleeve shirts also have hoods. So the hood can come up, and not only does it look cool, but it also protects you from the sun. And just that ability to be able to block the sun is huge, so I will always wear a long sleeve SPF shirt. I'm also a big advocate of gloves on fishing, and I really like the brand Hook for gloves. I've worn the Hook shirts. They're great. If they fit you fine, I have no problem with the Hook shirts. For some reason, I just like how the Columbia PFG long sleeve shirts fit better. I have tried the Columbia gloves, and I'll also be talking about their neck gaiters, but I prefer the Hook neck gaiters and gloves, and I'll give a few reasons why. But for starters, wear a glove. One of the most common spots to get sunburn at is right on that top of the palm, and that sunlight reflects up. You're working a reel, you're over the water, your hands are going in the water, out of the water, that sunscreen gets washed off, it's easy to forget to reapply, and next thing you know, you got a terrible burn on the top of your hand. So I'll wear these gloves throughout the day on the boat. I like the Hook gloves. They're long, so you can see they go well over the sleeve of the shirt, and I get that nice overlap on the sleeve to the glove, and it works really well. So I'll always fish with the gloves. I'm also a big fan, I'll take the glove off for now since we are definitely inside. The other one I'm a big fan of are the gaiters. And these are the neck gaiters. Again, I prefer the ones from Hook. The reason is I just found them easier to breathe through. I found that when I was using the Columbia version, I had a little bit of trouble breathing, and since I wear glasses and when I'm on the boat, I'm always wearing sunglasses too, polarized sunglasses. The eye protection in the sun, equally important. So I'll always wear polarized sunglasses, but when I'd have that Columbia gaiter up and I'd breathe, it would always come up and I'd end up fogging my glasses. So I just found it a little bit too restrictive. So I went with more of the Hook ones and the Hook gloves, and the Columbia shirts are what work best for me. So that's what you'll see me wear, and I have all the video that you see me posted. If you ever wonder, like, man, this guy is always wearing this heavy sun gear, gloves, mask, like what's going on, go through a skin cancer diagnosis on it, and you will wear all of the skin protection you possibly can. Sunscreen, SPF 50. Make sure you have SPF 50 in the boat. There's 30, 15s. It's garbage for when you really want to be on the boat all day. Get SPF 50 or higher. I like to, when I leave for the morning, I will take the SPF 50 and I'll really make sure to get ears, nose, underneath the cheeks and the eyes really heavy. Even though I'm wearing the gaiter, I still want to hit those areas. I'll still get my forehead, even though I have a lot of hat that's covering that. Back of the neck, even though I'm wearing the neck gaiter, I just like to start with a heavy, more lotioned on sunscreen. And then throughout the day, I'll typically maintain it with a spray-on kind. So that's kind of how I like to apply sunscreen through the day. And this last year fishing was the first year that I was incredibly intentional about skin protection and skin wear, and I didn't leave with so much as a slight sunburn coming off of that. And that's with 7 days on the water for 10 hours a day in the sun. Nothing to speak of. So I can't recommend this stuff enough. Make sure you're wearing long sleeves, wear pants, wear shoes. Don't get into the wearing shorts and wearing sandals side of things. It might be more comfortable, but it does leave you exposed to that sun damage. If you do want to do those things, make sure you're reapplying the sunscreen. Reapply every hour if you can, and just be conscientious about it, because you can wear those other clothing items, still be safe in the sun, but it just takes more focus. And personally, when I'm in the boat fishing or when I'm out in the woods hunting, I don't want to spend my time thinking about reapplying sunscreen. I just like to have the sun protective clothes on all the time. I find them comfortable to wear even up into the 90s with long sleeves. Not a bother at all. So recommend them highly, and make sure that when you're out enjoying the outdoors that you're taking care of your skin and your health along the way. So this is a topic that's maybe not one that's going to come to the top of your mind when you're thinking about prepping for a fishing trip, and this is really what this video series has been about here the last few weeks, but it's one I really wanted to make sure that I informed you about and share a little bit about myself and going through skin cancer and why this is such an important topic. So thank you for listening to this video. If you, again, continue to watch the series of all of our Canadian fishing prep, if you like the video, please like it, please subscribe to the channel, and until next time, get out there and enjoy the outdoors.